Good evening, Mr. Harari, and thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us tonight. My question indeed is a bit more personal. You've called yourself a prophet tonight, or you use the word.
I repeatedly denied that.
That's what I want to ask you, because one of the side effects about being as massively successful as you are as an intellectual is that you yourself have become the object of adoration. There is even more or less a religious cult in certain groups around you. And I ask myself, how do you as an intellectual, do you have an explanation for that? And how do you experience that, evenings like this?
Yeah, so it's... I think it's intimidating for me, and I think very dangerous, to raise any person to that level of a prophet or a guru, because then what happens is that the people who look up to that guru, they stop making efforts by themselves to understand and to come up with solutions. They just expect somebody else to provide the answers, and they accept them whatever they are. That's very, very dangerous. It's also dangerous to the person in question. He or she might start believing that, and then it makes you crazy. So I repeatedly tell people that I don't know what will be in 20 years and 50 years, and this somehow they don't hear. They listen very carefully to what I say, except for this. And I also try to really observe what's happening in my own mind. I meditate every day. I do 2 hours of Vipassana meditation. I go every year for a long retreat of between 30 or 60 days of just observing what is happening in my own mind. And I don't think that I could have written the books in the first place or survived the consequences without the kind of mental balance that this practice gives me. Because when I look at my own mind, I really see how little there is to admire. Because, there is so much garbage in the mind of everybody, or at least I'll just testify about myself.
Aren't you a bit hard for yourself now? Because everybody here, we're 5,000 just watching you, not seeing any garbage.
Yeah, because I'm very careful about what comes out of my mouth. We have today in the world this cult of the authentic leaders, who has, words are very popular in these circles, except in one place, between the mind and the mouth. There they want immediate access. Whatever pops up in the mind, immediately let it go through your mouth. And we have this cult of the authentic leader that says whatever comes up in the mind. And that is very, very dangerous. I think that, again, there are several politicians here in the hall and lots of voters. I don't want authentic leaders. I don't want authentic politicians. I want responsible leaders and politicians.
As you can see from the reaction, you've hit a nerve here. Yeah.
Authenticity is very important in art. It's very good to be authentic when you go to meet your therapist, but not in government. There, I look just at myself, how many things just pop up in the mind, which are full of fear and full of hatred, and I shouldn't act from there. And I guess
it's not because it pops up in your mind, you should.
Yeah, just because something popped up in my mind, that's not a good enough reason to share it with the rest of humanity. So, personally, I find that, again, meditation is really helpful.
Okay. Thank you.
In dealing with this.
Thank you, Thomas, for your question. And let's all make a promise to you, all 5,000 of us will keep thinking for ourselves.